Hello everyone, welcome back to the second season of Humanity Keychain. Here we talk about everything that hurts. And to amplify this conversation ahead, we have a very versatile guest with us today, Noor Anand Chawla from Delhi. Noor is a lawyer by training and she is a passionate lifestyle blogger. I have been following her work for like 2-3 years now and I just love her energy. And she writes for various newspapers and online publications. She also conducts workshops on blogging. So let's hear from Noor herself. Welcome, Noor.
Thank you, Priyanka, for having me on your show and for that lovely, glowing introduction. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure is all mine. And we would love to know more about you, the work you do, and what inspired you to take up blogging.
All right. Well, I think, I've always enjoyed writing. You know, ever since I was in school, I used to enter all these writing contests and I even won some awards. So I knew that I had a talent for it, but I never really took it seriously. Then when it came my decision to like study a postgraduate degree, I chose the more safe law because I felt like, okay, whatever else happens with writing, it's a bit of a gamble, but with law, at least I can get a job, earn some money. That's just how kids are brought up to believe.
Right.
Anyway, I did practice in the Delhi High Court. I enjoyed it. And then after my son was born, I had to take a break, because the kind of work that I was doing required me to be present in court from like 9 in the morning to 9 at night. And I could not have devoted the time that I wanted to my child if I had stuck on with that. So I took a break from law and I sat at home. I nursed my child. I enjoyed being a mummy, but there was a dissatisfaction somewhere. I'm not one of those people that can just sit and sort of twiddle my thumbs and do nothing. And so then, of course, writing came to the rescue, something that I had always done. And I just thought, okay, there could be nothing easier than beginning my own blog. So I did. I just bought actually, I started with a free blog on blogger.com. I started posting randomly once in a month, not frequently at all. Then somebody told me, why don't you take it seriously? Buy a domain, devote time to it, and you can do well. And I thought, okay, why not? Let's give it a shot. I did 2017. I bought my WordPress website. And then I don't know what happened. I got very dedicated to it. And I just started like writing and churning out posts, like multiple in a week. And in just the span of a year and a half, I had already written 350 posts. And so then I knew, okay, this is what I meant to do. So that's how blogging began. And then, of course, last year in lockdown, things really changed for me for the better. Touch wood. I know I got very lucky because a very dear friend of mine, her husband has a media company. So they were starting a new daily paper, an online daily paper. And she reached out to me saying, I love your blogs, I love your writing, and I'd love for you to have a regular column in our paper. And I said, wow, that's amazing. To be called a columnist is quite a feat, right? So I said, yeah, of course. And I just very readily signed on. And she said, and you can write on anything you want. We will never force you. We will never give you topics, your choice. Until this day, whatever else happens, that column is still mine. So I'm very happy.
You enjoy that space of yours.
One Saturday column. And then, of course, absolutely. And then when I started getting published in the paper, I really liked it. I enjoyed it so much, even much more than blogging, to be honest, because then you are like, you start earning a little bit of money. There's a little bit of respect involved. Exactly. And so I started reaching out to other newspapers, other publications. I sent them my published samples. I said, this is the kind of, subjects that I write on. This is the style of my writing. If you're looking for freelancers, I'd love to contribute. And so far, fortunately, not even one has said no. Whoever I have approached, they have always said yes. So I'm a freelancer and I right now contribute to 7. And hopefully I'll grow more. So
you surely will. I always admire your passion and your versatility because I follow your content. So I know you experiment a lot. You are open to try new things, and that's amazing. So Noor, I know that you are very actively, you use social media and every space. So So I just wanted to know if you have ever come across any snide remark or trolling or negative commenting, and has
Yeah.
it affected you in somehow, or does it really affect when someone gets trolled? So I just want your viewpoint on it.
Sure. Actually, you know, interesting when you asked me about my blogging and journalism journey. I didn't mention Instagram, though. Of course, that's a very major part of
It is. It
of
is.
what I do. You know,
Hmm.
so as a blogger and a content creator, you can't really separate the visual aspect from the written aspect anymore, because even if you are writing, people will only read it if there's something visual attached to it, right? So that's why I started promoting my blogs on Instagram, and that's how Instagram began. Now, of course, I do it for fun. Now, Instagram is not my main focus, but I still am on it. I've never stopped it. And of course, with Instagram, snide remarks are a part of the parcel. You can't
Yeah.
escape them, right? So yes, I have received. I won't say. I guess I've been fortunate in the sense that it's not. I've never been bullied. I've never been targeted, you know, by a group of people. Or it's not like, you know, one really mean person keeps coming and writing mean comments. Like, I know that happens to people, but
Yeah,
that's
it happens.
fortunately not happened to me. For me, what happens more often is one post will spark something, and something, you know, will then it'll become like a whole thing. So I remember, I mean, this was very foolish and it's a very small example, but I reviewed a movie, an American movie, last year on Instagram, and I do these little video reviews, right? So at
Yeah.
that time I wasn't doing what I do now, which is just I just write the verdict over here, but like then I was actually talking about the movie, and it was basically about African American characters, the movie. And you understand, like, we come from, I'm an Indian, I live in India, and I'm not very well versed with the terminology
Right.
and
Right.
the way it should be said. And I think what I said upset some sentiments of
Mhm.
people who
Mhm.
were from that community.
Mhm.
And then it just became like really mean comments on that post, and I had to take it down, you know. And I totally understand, like, they don't understand me, I couldn't understand them, it was just miscommunication. This is one example where I would say it's not that they were being mean, they just ended up hurting me very much, but it's not that they were trying to be mean. So that's just out of my hands. But sometimes people can just be mean for the sake of it, you know.
Yes.
Sometimes people can actually be like, oh my God, you look so fat. Why have you put on so much weight? Oh, you look so much better without makeup, you know, like, and they don't even realize when they're saying these things that they could be hurting the sentiments of the person listening, right? And these are very small examples. You know, on Twitter especially, people feel like there's some very intelligent gyani log and they know it all.
Yes.
So even though it has been published in a renowned platform and it has gone through the check of an editorial team, they
Mhm.
will give me their opinion saying, no, you have written this wrong. And I'm like, excuse me, how can my opinion be wrong? I have only shared what I felt. You know, so that happens, and it is disheartening. But you know, now that I've been in this business for, I'd say, 4 years, 4.5 years, I think just developed a very tough hide, and these things have stopped bothering me as much as they used to earlier. You know, pehle it used to be like torture. I would cry to my husband and be like, what is this nonsense? Why do people talk like this? Why are they so mean? And he would just tell me very straight, you know, he'd just say, why don't you stop? Just don't do it. Who's telling you? Nobody's forcing you to do this if it's hurting you so much. And I was like, yeah, but I also like doing it, so I'll keep doing it. And I did. And with time, it really stops bothering you. That's what has happened with me. But I know it's not the same for everyone. Like when you're young, impressionable, it is hard to overlook these content, these sort of comments, this sort of negativity, this sort of like, you know, where you define your self-worth through what is being said about you. Then it's hard. But
It's hard.
I can just say that if you give it enough time, you will get over it. Like that's what happened with me, you know. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, with this thought, a question came in my mind that I often get asked by, budding writers, aspiring bloggers, newbies. They want to write, but they're afraid of getting trolled. कि grammatical mistake हो गया तो कुछ हमने गलत लिख दिया तो कोई हमें आके troll कर देगा. हम इसलिए नहीं बनाते, वीडियोस नहीं बनाते क्योंकि हमारी पब्लिक स्पीकिंग स्किल्स इतनी अच्छी नहीं है. So there is like, आप भी agree करोगे, there are like many talented people, but just because of the fear of getting trolled, they don't step into this. So from your experience, like you said, कि आपने वो थोड़ा overcome कर लिया है, maybe because you have developed that confidence, that belief in yourself over the period, and with your experience and expertise now, so आपको अब शायद फर्क उतना नहीं पड़ता होगा. But कुछ लोगों को वो शुरुआत करने में ही घबराहट होती है. So if you can share anything from your experience, like which can help them to get started, so please do so.
Okay, so I just want to say that nothing can ever be perfect. Okay, I mean, there has to be some sort of imperfection to make that content yours, right? So even whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm writing, there has to be some sort of mistake in it, which is what makes it Noor's, and which is what makes people want to read it or want to see it. So if you embrace your mistakes, embrace what you feel is wrong with your content, perhaps that can be your power that makes it unique. I hope I'm making sense. So I feel like get over that hesitation. Yes, it's not going to be perfect. In fact, it'll be really shit. The first 5 times, it'll be really bad content. Sorry for using bad language, but it'll be bad. You know, I'm not saying that everybody's content was bad initially. Mine was terrible. But with time, with practice, it will get better. And you will be surprised. You will find the kind of people who like your content.
Yes,
you know, who come to find to you, especially because you make content that way. So nobody is going to tell me, oh, you've said this sentence wrong. No, nobody says that. What they will say is, oh, we don't like what you're wearing. Oh, we don't like how you speak. Your voice is too high pitched. But nobody will say that your sentence is wrong. Okay. So that is something you shouldn't be afraid of. But get over the hesitation, whatever that hesitation is. Just try it out. If you don't try it, you'll never know if it's meant for you or not, you know.
Exactly.
So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. And beautifully presented, Noor, because even when I am into this, like we face technical glitches and we face like uncertainties, like light chali gayi hai, Wi-Fi kaam nahi kar raha. There's so many things, right? So agar hum chhod denge to obviously nahi ho payega. So we have to continue. So thank you so much, Noor. Thank you so much for giving us time and sharing your experience with us. I'm sure jo bhi dekhega, kuch to unko himmat milegi to get into this. Because I know how much, you know, people think that social media content creation is an easy job, but we know how it is exactly. To show up daily.
No, it is so difficult. Oof. Absolutely. And also, like, you know, one part of it is what you see, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. The editing, and I mean, there's a lot of work goes into it.
Every time the uniqueness and the freshness, you have to think a lot about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, even just the lighting and the way you're sitting and
background, lighting, yourself, everything you have to work out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, thank you so much, Priyanka, for calling so much. On your platform.
Anyone who wants
I'd be happy. Yeah, I'd be happy to answer any questions if there are in the comments. You can always tell me and I will definitely.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say. I was going to say that you can reach out to Noor directly at Instagram, Noor Anand Chawla, and her blog is www.nooranandchawla. I'll share all the links in the description below. Thank you so much, Noor, and thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next episode next week.